Hello there, guys, and welcome to the Merge of Fayum's sci-fi book reviews. So, just wanted to say I received an ARC from top publishers. Thank you to Jamie Lee Nadon, and thank you to Stephen Haskins for providing me this great copy of this book. So, let's begin. What can I say about this book? It's impressive in its world building, epic in its scale of description, and focused on a woman that has the mission to save Lizard Station from the clutches of an ever expanding empire named Teixcalaan. There is so much to discuss here. The first bit is that in Lizard Ambassador, Yuzak, or we call him Yuzak yeah, well, in Hindi it would be Sikandar, but let's just call him Yaskanda, was killed by Temple because he threatened to flood the Teixcalaan markets with a special kind of technology. Yaskanda was supposedly protecting his station by offering the Emperor, Sixth Direction, a special kind of imago technology. To my sense, it is a sort of machine that carries the dead and makes them live on in the person's mind or something like that. It is immortality. And it's a bit like Star Wars, where you have the Force, where the Jedi have these Force ghosts, to say at least. To my sense, it's a fantastic, idea, and the Teixcalaan nobility have not missed any of this. The three presumptive heirs to the throne, 30 larkspur, 1 lightning, and even 8 antidote, who is but a child, are some of the most ruthless heirs you will ever find. 30 Larkspur is the cunning manipulator on a grand scale. I do feel his presence was needed more in this book. He is a madman, a man obsessed with power. The Emperor, Sixth Direction, is now old and wants the Imago technology to create a clone of himself. There are various deals made with the Science and War Ministry. There's a lot of backdoor room politics. And 1 lightning and 30 Larkspur are behind all of this. And then we have the introduction of Mahit, the new appointed ambassador from Lizard Station, that has to figure this out with her new liaisons, 12 Azella and 3-foot Seagrass. And then there is 19 Asde, who has far more regret buried inside of her, which causes her not to help Mahit in more ways than she could ever imagine. That is also not forgetting the ministers at Lizard Station that sent her there, because they believe that there is an alien threat coming which will envelope the Empire and all of its client states into chaos. I'll let you figure that out for yourself. This is a new world, and this is hardcore sci-fi. I only have begun to appreciate the complexities of sci-fi and its world building. There is so much here that a fantasy writer could be envious of. Arkady goes into detail about the city, its police, its literature, its televisions. Every single detail you can think of is pinpointed. Come to think of it, this is perfect material for a Netflix show. This is akin to The Expanse, a bit like realistic sci-fi or even a video game. Horizon Zero Dawn, for example, which is a great game, had a future where humanity's history was wiped out, and it is up to Alloy to figure out the past of this world, in a world that's run by machines. The amount of world building done here is impressive. 12 Azella and 3-foot Seagrass are some of the best sidekick characters you would ever want to have. I also like the fact that there was so much detail. It just boggles your mind. It was not easy to write a novel like this, and so much hard work went into this. This is also akin to Nick Martell's Kingdom of Liars, where the main character has to figure out his past and what events led to it. In terms of themes, this is a bit of a challenging read. If you haven't read proper sci-fi before, it will be a bit of a challenging read. But you should read the glossary that's right at the end of the book at page 451, but keep referring to it as much as possible. Think of it, if you read fantasy, it's pretty much like that, except the glossary is at the end, not at the start. So when I was reviewing it, I was taking lots of notes. So, I like the idea that the city ran on an artificial intelligence system, or an algorithm that didn't identify Mahit as a citizen. You need to be identified by the algorithm to become a citizen, which is pretty much, like Facebook and all that type of stuff. It also shocked me that the Teixcalaan are shorter than normal human beings, because I really was not expecting them to be like that. 19 Azay is a character that is also a villain, but someone who has made a lot of mistakes, and she regrets a lot of it. She's both. You'll figure this out very soon when you read it. I found this to be an amazing book. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5, a 10 out of 10. Not just because of the sheer visuals, but of the sheer world building. But I will say that it's a kind of book that you need to get prepared to read. A little bit of background information, read a couple of interviews so you really get the idea of what it is about. And it basically, it is like a Bible of information and law and story and lots of other things. But it takes a very big mind to come up and catalog all of this, and Martine did a fantastic job in this book, and I think it was absolutely brilliant. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Links down below. And this has been the Measure of Fayum. I hope you enjoyed it. And please do leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, and please click the notification bell as soon as possible. Thank you.